I'm a dollar draft beer person. Here on Floribama Shore, episode 3, Chi-Chi's up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
And a little bit of chicken fried.
I actually think Chi-Chi's up is a really good way to maintain the good posture.
Exactly.
It's a hosting tip, if anything.
Do you think they just came up with that, and then Sally Salsano, my first shout out to our executive producer of the show, probably said, run with it, right?
I definitely think so. Somebody said that one time very casually, and she was like, that's it, GTL, Chi-Chi's up.
There you go,
is
it's
your
a new GTL.
thing. Guys, we are here to talk about Floribama Shore, episode $3 draft beer people. I'm Roxy Striar, alongside, of course, Keven K-Wow Undergaro.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm really too old to be doing this show.
You're really not.
No, this group is so much younger than the Jersey Shore just behavior. It's the same in some ways, but different in others. It feels to me.
That is very, very true. We have a new degenerate to join the table with us. I mean that in the most loving way
I'm
possible.
flattered.
Morgan Willett with us, who we're calling Wilsa?
Wilsa, Nilsa, Wilsa, yeah.
That's
that
your,
makes sense.
that's your
Wilsa Willett.
degenerate name. That's
Morgan.
Willet.
Morgan.
Oh, Bostonian Morgan.
Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill
Remember?
Hunting, yeah.
Morgan.
Yeah.
There you
Billy
go.
Bobby Tommy.
Well, guys, I'm so happy to be here. I also love dollar draft beer, so I guess that makes me.
Okay, the hangover rate's higher. Again, I'm going
It
to
is,
start
but
coming in as the middle-aged
a
man.
dollar.
The
It
hangover
is.
rate is higher. I get it, but
How much
I
do
used
you
to be
think-
all in on it, but now
How much were the shots? That's what I was wondering the whole time.
Or did they get those for free? Is that like the
No, the
producers
guy
paying
bought
them?
it for them.
That's
I was
true.
thinking maybe $5 shots. He
Oh, I was thinking like 3. Like
I think 3.
kamikazes?
Yeah, no,
3,
3
okay.
because it's in that area. You're right. It's all kids, and then the people who aren't kids don't have a lot of money.
$1 draft, $3 shots. We got to call John Taffer and see what he thought of this bar.
John Taffer of Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
Yes, he will know. Have you been? Who's been to Panama City?
Never.
I haven't. I heard about spring break and I got so traumatized in college by the thought of getting a like DUI or whatever.
Oh my
'cause
God, you're so much.
All my friends were like, I got 3 tickets on spring break. I was like, never going.
Wait, what do you mean you heard about
I
spring
love
break?
it.
Like you've never been on
No,
spring break?
I went to, I actually did go to Alabama, Gulf Shores for spring break, so I feel like I can relate to
Okay.
Amy. Maybe not. But then I went to Mexico. So I never did Panama City.
I never either. Kevin, you went?
Yes.
How was it?
When I was head writer at MTV, we had spring break in Panama City. So I got
Wow.
a whole extended play post-college spring break, but under the umbrella of MTV, which made it way better.
Do you think that's how long MTV has been planning the show? Since you were there?
Yes.
They were
No,
like,
but I'm surprised that, places go out of style. It used to be Fort Lauderdale, Daytona, that's gone. I'm surprised that 15 years later, or however, it's probably even 20 years later, it's still prominent.
well, where would they have gone? They can't do Mexico. We're not going to see them partying in Mexico for the whole summer. So where
Well,
else?
why not?
Because I feel like that
Well, I'm saying,
wouldn't have been
listen,
the same.
I think it was
spring
organic
break.
that this is called Floribama, right? And this is where they all go. So I don't,
We
you
love
know,
it.
and whatever, it's supposed to be the Panama City town fathers and mothers probably see the fiscal upside to having it, and they keep it. What happened was the older people drove it out of Fort Lauderdale and Daytona, and so the residents were happy, but the business owners, it was hard to recover. Daytona has racing, so but
So
Fort
they're
Lauderdale
still
never
okay.
recovered. Yeah.
So Floribama's doing well then with their $1 beers
It
and
must
$3
be,
shots.
yeah, but it's low, like, yeah.
Morgan, we didn't get your general thoughts because you weren't here for the premiere episode. What do you think about this show? Are you as in on this as you were Jersey Shore? I don't even know if you watched Jersey Shore.
Love Jersey Shore. It was actually in high school when I watched it, which makes me, I don't know if that makes me feel old or super young, but I watched it in high school.
Definitely young.
Yes, and loved it. I almost kind of like this a little more, and I don't know if that's because it's younger people in that plays because I'm a little bit younger and I relate to them.
I think that is what it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was 21 2 years ago. I get you, Courtney. Like, been there. I haven't fought anyone, but I think it's a little more relatable, and it's just like deliciously trashy is like what I like to
Deliciously
make it.
trashy.
For people who don't know, you were on Big Brother, and I'm
Yes.
surprised to hear you never fought anyone because I feel like the second that these TVs go on, the second the camera's in your face, all women that are like, I have never fought anybody.
Claws come out.
Like, like the punches are thrown. That's what we thought on Jersey Shore too.
But I also think Sally Solsano, I'll bring it back to her. I think she's a genius casting person and just knows. And I think she gets a certain kind of guy, she gets a certain kind of girl. And then let the fun begin.
So that's why we open up this week with a fight, not the brawl as we're referring to that last part, but the fight. There's girls, they're hooking up with the guys in the house, and the other girls are getting jealous.
They're hunching on them, by the way. There's a new term. Remember on Jersey Shore it was smushing?
Oh, yes.
Right? The girls, you were down to you DTF, but then you smushed. On this show, I'm hunching on.
Hunch? Is that like crushing on?
I don't know.
Or is that having sex
Roxy,
on?
I'm 90 years old. You're asking me.
Hunching on. Did they say that?
Well, I
I
don't
don't
Yes,
even remember
it's
hearing
in
that.
my-
I don't like that term. I'm like,
Yeah.
hunching.
So we're hunching on girls. It's a Batman and Robin, Jeremiah and
Marissa in the
and
booth,
Gus.
can you Urban Dictionary hunching to
Hunching.
try to give us some sort of definition of that word?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
No,
Hunching.
and then delete that from your history.
Yeah,
You don't
and
want that
don't
there.
admit to it.
So they are fighting. Are you team Nilsa on this one? Do you think she's in the right for being upset that Jeremiah is with this girl? Or are you team Jeremiah?
I mean, I think Nilsa is crazy for doing, like, being that kind of jealous.
Like crazy fun crazy or crazy you could never hang out with this chick?
I don't think I personally would get along with her very well. I think she's a little cray.
I didn't want to ruin your unbelievable penmanship by Morgan.
Thank you.
But
yeah, she's a little bit, a brat is a good word. I think she doesn't
Sorry.
realize how she comes off.
No, she is bratty for sure.
She's
A lot of
millennial brat.
it's interesting to watch the dynamic of these women and the men in the house because I think the women are playing off of each other in the sense that Nilsa and Amy are both saying, you know, we want the men to cook. We would like them to clean. We would like them to take care of
is
us. We would like them,
2017.
yeah. And I,
But
I
okay,
get
it's 2017. But you gotta give something back in return.
Something somewhere.
So again, like, I'm proud of these guys because some of them can clean and can cook. That's great, but I'm seeing, and I don't think it's.
should go both
I don't
ways.
think this is necessarily what men and women are like out there today. I just think it's the Sally Solsano casting. Like she knows, you know. But I find it like it's really bothersome that the women are like, no, I'm just gonna sit and do nothing. Like you got to do something. Everybody has to do something in this world, people.
I think that the
Right.
something that Nilsa wanted to do was Jeremiah. and
You're right.
That is her
he-
one
Right, but
thing
remember
she's
she said.
doing,
But remember
the
she said,
only-
guys, in the earlier episodes, I get whatever I want, and if I want them, I can get them. Well, guess what? She's not getting them as of
not
now,
into her.
right? And so that's why I said the four-letter word brat. Is she's used to getting her way, and she's not.
I kind of feel for her in these moments, though, because honestly, Kevin, at that point in my life, I was pretty convinced. And by the way,
But
I
you
was,
always got everybody.
yeah, but sometimes I didn't, and
She did.
I was definitely, I drank more, I was heavier, it was like a party girl, didn't give an F.
give an F.
Didn't give an F.
You no,
But
she's.
I was pretty sure I could get any of the guys.
But then I never saw that side of you when you didn't get the guy that you were gonna go crazy and go into a bed and cry.
That's where we differ. So I feel
Okay.
for her because if you don't get them, it does suck. It's that little ping.
But
in
you
your
were
She's a
stomach.
work
okay.
with
You
him,
were
too,
okay,
and
but
I
Roxy,
think
you were
that-
like. Go, I'm sorry, Roxy. You were a bummer, and you were like next guy.
And,
But go ahead,
and that's
Morgan.
what
I'm
you
sorry.
have to do. That's what I want to sit her down and say to her. I get that you're dealing with
She's
this
a beautiful
divorce
girl.
and you're
Go
getting
next.
over
She really
it, but
is.
you're gorgeous. When you're even more beautiful when you're sitting there and you don't have all that makeup
I
on.
agree.
Just with
I
that
agree.
Ponytail
Yes,
on.
cute.
Yeah, when she had no lipsticks, the eyebrows, I was like,
And she was
she's a
combing
gorgeous girl.
beautiful hair. She was combing her hair in the
Beautiful
bathroom. Like
hair.
she's wow.
So you know what? He doesn't want you. Sucks for him. Go on and show him that you can get somebody 10 times better. That's what you gotta do, girl.
And I feel like with him, the veneer is going to come off.
I think so too.
We have a Michael Klaus. We have this guy that
Mm-hmm.
we do this Tomorrow Show with Roxy and I. Shameless plug to the Tomorrow Show.
TheTomorrowShow.com.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we have this guy, Michael Klaus, very handsome, cut, ripped to everything, born again Christian, and you know it all comes out nicey nice. I'm a gentleman, just like this guy, and then slowly but surely rocks what the veneer.
The onion starts to peel and the
Yes.
veneer starts to fade, and
So-
there's different problems.
So bring it back to Jeremiah. I'm just saying for later. I feel like that veneer is going to.
Well, to
I
jump
can see
ahead for a
that.
second, we do get a little bit of that when everybody else is willing to have each other's back, and he's like,
Oh, we'll discuss that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we'll
very
get
I have a
interesting.
theory with that, with him.
Okay, don't forget it.
We'll get
Don't
into
forget
it. We'll
it.
get into it.
So in general, though, Jeremiah's hooking up with this girl.
Kayla Joe.
Courtney's being really nice, and then we find out,
Speaking of veneers coming off,
yeah, she's Wiccan.
Eye of.
Why did she say that? Is beyond me.
So here I am making my omelet with eye of newt,
Yes.
a toad's leg.
I actually was friends with 2 Wiccans in high school. And
was that?
it was interesting. They took over. There was this like secret bathroom at my high school, and they would take it over, and they would leave their stuff.
Jewish
in the,
Wiccan?
They were goys.
Goy.
They were non-Jews. I went to a very Jewish
Goy
high
is
school.
offensive,
I'm a
Roxy,
Jew.
right? Isn't it?
No,
I want to
no.
be kept in check here.
Goy's not offensive.
Okay.
I don't think it's just a non.
I didn't even know.
Maybe it is. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. That
Okay.
It's a non-Jewish person. I don't know what religion they were. So they were non-Jews and they were Wiccan, and they kept all of their devices in this bathroom in our high school, and they got found and they got suspended.
Did you see the big giant cauldron?
Yeah, I'm like, where's
Well,
the broom?
they would put all of it around and they would do it, but really to them they always would say it was about energy. It was about energy and putting different energies out there, which I can respect.
Okay.
And yes, no, and some so the good Wiccans, as I've been, because as you know me, friend of all.
Friend all.
Friend to all and like ownership to all. So my Wiccan side. So with my Wiccan friends, they have the ones who are good. It's about putting out good energy, and then the bad ones who flip the switch, and it's about the bad
energy and cursing people and
And
putting
so-
the hex on
So
them.
is
Right.
Kayla Joe a good or a bad
Good,
Wiccan?
good.
She seems good
think
to
she
me.
does.
So far, she's Glinda.
But that
Glinda the good
I will
Wiccan.
say though that laugh. There's more to that laugh. I think that is
Also-
that is not a happy person laugh. And I've also pulled that before. When you get in bed with a guy and you don't really want to hook up with him, so you start to make excuses or find whatever you can to like, and you just start laughing.
She's older. The camera's on her, right?
Yeah.
Do you really
Did
at
they ever
30?
say how old she was?
She's
'Cause-
26. She's
Okay, because Nilsa
26.
She's not
is
that
always
much
like the
older.
30-year-old. I'm like, she doesn't
but
look 30.
Morgan, how old are you?
23.
23. So there's such a gross difference, I feel like, between the 26-year-old and the 23-year-old.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
Courtney,
look-
that's
Courtney's
me and you.
21.
Right.
Yeah.
I always forget she literally.
And you're
is 21.
you're kind of on the cusp of that, but you see the difference. I just think there's such a gross difference in those 3 years that doesn't matter after 30.
When you say
but
gross difference, what do you mean gross difference?
big difference.
Oh,
There's a
huge
big difference in maturity. I just look at you, Roxy, at this age, and I look you were
And
23.
you knew me when I was then, yeah.
Right, and
even
I can be just
earlier.
feeling the energy between Morgan and you.
It's different, and I think that this 26-year-old woman, she found a guy she thought was cute, and I think she really wishes that the rest of it wasn't there. Like,
I also am not
Agree.
buying that the eyes was not antagonistic.
oh, it was. There's no way you think that this means I
She's
like
oh,
you.
I thought you were pretty. This means you're. I was like, when in life has that ever meant I like you?
She thinks she was putting a hex on her in the cauldron.
Just where the no, I don't think it's hex, but I think it was antagonistic.
The next
sure.
morning, after the hookups, after Cody's puking and making all these weird sounds, the next morning when Kaylee Joe or Kelly Joe or I can't get
Something
it right,
Joe.
when she wakes up and she starts making breakfast for everybody, are you thinking the same thing Kirk is? Like, get out of my house. Why are you waking me up? Or are you thinking, oh, that's a nice thing to do. Make breakfast for the team.
See,
Morgan,
I'm
Morgan?
thinking of my college, the one night stands, all that. Like, if any of my girlfriends brought a guy home and he started cooking me breakfast, I'd be like, get out of our home. But I think it goes back to the age thing. She's 26. I think she's kind of past the whole.
I would think that was so sweet.
Yeah, I see
If somebody woke up and started making breakfast for everybody, I'd be like, good morning.
Fantastic.
Morning. But it's a TV show, and we have other people who are on this TV show, and they know it's a very precious experience. And it's like, you know what? Like, you didn't go through all the hoops to be cast on this. Like, you hooked up with a guy one night, and now you're taking over the house. So get out. Now, I'm not saying I'd be like that, but I think I understand where it's like, no, like now you're cooking, and whoa, and you're going in our fridge, and how are you now a cast member of this?
And also, they are bought very specific groceries. We know this from working with the people on MTV shows like The Challenge and whatnot. They're probably thinking, you're taking our thing of grapes upstairs to yourself right now. That's
Right.
the only thing of grapes we get all week for free.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's how it was. Even on Big Brother, we would get one thing, and there was always one girl in our season who ate all the cookie dough, and she was the least favorite. So I get that. I get what they're feeling. I'm like, girl,
screw
don't eat
that
your
girl.
food.
Vote her out. We're done with
Kick
her.
her out.
Yeah, I,
On
think,
the and by the way, another one on the SS Never.
I loved that on the SS Never. Never.
And do you think that Nilsa doesn't get a mercy lay out of Jeremiah at the end?
I'm pretty sure she doesn't, and I think
Really?
I think that Nilsa, if she can stop with like, she loves looks and all of that, but if she can get drunk enough one night and let her inhibitions go, I
To
think
someone else and get him jealous? No.
I think Cody.
Oh, I agree. I agree
Ooh.
because he's low-hanging fruit.
But I also think he showers her with compliments after the fight that they got into, and he apologized. I don't see it happening too much. Again.
Having gone through a marriage, she could be evolved past the stud who pays me no attention and the guy who's not the biggest stud but man is a gentleman and giving me really positive attention.
Or she could not because she's still 23, but we'll see. We'll see.
She's right on the cusp.
I think that.
Or, and there's, by the way, there's people who act like that the rest of their lives too, Roxy.
That's
They
true.
never grow beyond that, and they keep getting the meathead guy that's not going to treat them well.
But if she could find a way to fall for Cody, I actually think they'd make a really great couple.
Because I think they're so opposite that he
He's
would
chill.
balance out
Yes.
her.
But then again, Cody could end up with Amy.
I wonder.
think they're too
will
much alike.
Will Amy go the whole season without a hookup? I think she might be the
Slut.
one without a love interest.
God, here
the
I
whole
always get
thing.
myself in trouble.
So say it better. Say it nicely. Yeah,
Can Morgan
whisper
say
it
it
to
just
Mills.
so they
Yeah,
get-
Whisper it to Wilsa. Wilsa can cover this for us. Oh no.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What do we got?
I feel like
And by the way, this
Amy-
is an original idea of Wilsa's.
Yes.
Wilsa came
yes.
up with this
I feel
herself.
like yes, this is on me, Wilsa. I feel like Amy probably would be a sloppy hookup.
Just one of those, maybe, or a couple of, like,
Like she wants just a fun sloppy one, or she herself would be.
No, I think
like-
she gets one.
She gets
Or
one,
a
and I
few.
think she like
Nothing
wants it.
meaningful. Well, remember early
But she
Snooki?
doesn't want. She doesn't
Remember
want anything
early
meaningful.
Snooki guys?
Yes.
Right? It was there was some sloppy hookups
Yes.
until So I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of that with her, and then I think Nilsa, I'm seeing a lot of Snooki in that. Remember, Snooki was not liked and
At
mistreated
first, they
by
all
this.
hated her. JWoww, everyone.
All of
hated her.
them. And I feel like that's kind of going on with Nilsa. So who could spin this around? As I think you were saying last week.
Yes,
She could be the one.
I think she certainly could. I would like to see Amy just really be the girl, because she said she wants one night stands, just to go out, pick a guy every night, bang him, send him home. Pick one, bang him, send him home. As sloppy as they come. That would be really nice.
which I could see for her.
Me too.
Should we do
Shout
an
out-
update on her Instagram?
Oh yeah.
We had a report
So,
from Morgan.
Actually,
I don't follow her. You found
I went
her.
and I just followed the cast because I was curious. But Amy on Twitter looks like she has dropped a significant amount of weight. Like she looks great, and
Well, you can tell her she's a beautiful girl, and
yeah,
she's
great,
gorgeous.
beautiful
And
face,
she-
so pretty, and
you showed me the picture. Her legs look like
she
twigs.
looks like almost like kind of a different person. And I'm like, good for you, girlfriend. So what's your secret, Amy? I don't know, but it's
We
not the
hear-
I think
taco
people are
soup.
much more aware. Meaning, like we saw this with Snooki, she got herself in great shape. I know it took her longer, but I think now that you have a shot to become a star, to have a complete life change, and your family can be taken care of. I mean, she's from a small town of nothing. Like, I hope she was like, hey, I want to really lean into this and make this a career, and I really admire that. And she was like, I'm going to clean up my life and make myself more presentable.
I think it's about that.
Be healthier.
And I think the other half of it is, in this episode, we see that Kirk and Cody are making fun of her for doing nothing. She's super lazy. She never moves. She also, in this episode, says she didn't grow up eating well. She doesn't know how to.
But remember, she's proud. I just want to be a trophy wife. I don't want to work.
Yes, she is.
So I don't feel like
think
that would motivate her.
I'm not saying motivation. I'm saying by this summer, getting cooked for, they're making chicken. You
Like
see these
healthy
guys, they're ripped.
things.
They're making healthy things. Maybe she likes the way that it tastes. Maybe
Maybe.
that she learns how to cook
You
healthily.
know what? Maybe
yeah.
she just also needed some wind in her sail.
That's-
Small town, everyone's hooked. She said it's like all cousins and kin, and the boyfriend gets another girlfriend pregnant. I mean, gets a cousin pregnant. I mean, maybe she just needed to get away from that, and now get some wind at her sail. Which I always say about people, like sometimes you just need a little wind. So now I'm on an MTV show. I've got new friends. I've got Twitter. I've got social media. Now, I have something positive coming my way, and that's going to motivate me to be better. Whereas before, I thought my life was hopeless. So why bother? It's easier just to drink and eat what you want and not take care of yourself.
That's definitely it. I think you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
We still have so much to talk about before the end of this episode. Gus and Ellen,
Oh
the couple that never will. This was fascinating to watch him swoon over her and then call her 10 minutes after she left. If Ellen wasn't leaving, would Gus be with her the entire season?
I said he might be the Ronnie. Because you know how Ronnie just, you know,
he would have gone for Nilsa. Nilsa was in.
First week, Ronnie went for Sammy, and then he did it on Famously Single. First week, he went for the one of the Kardashians' best friend, who I know and I'm friends with. I'm sorry, I'm brain freeze. She's Malika. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
First week, like, wet it up. First week. So I think that he feels like he's a lot like that on this, and he alludes to having family issues. Like the mother, right? Didn't he
He
catch?
says he caught his mom cheating on his dad, told his dad, and his dad left.
ran off.
I mean,
And
think
imagine the
about
guilt
that.
that you would
Yes.
feel.
Oh my God. And that's why he said out at 17. So he's a very sensitive, sweet guy. I feel like. I mean, I'm sure he's got his demons too.
That bromance moment with him and Kirk was interesting, though. You'll
I
be in my
like that
wedding, you'll be in
relationship
mine.
between them.
I like Jeremiah's with Kirk too, and Jeremiah's with. I'm loving the guys' relationships with each other more than the females.
I'm almost more team guys too, but
But again, it's a Sally Sassano show.
So this could flip on a dime.
No, well, no, it's just she casts a certain kind of girl and a certain kind of guy. And I swear to God, she has even said, like, she had an inner Snooki to her. She was a Jersey Shore girl.
Yeah, but I like JWoww and Snooki's relationship more than I like any of the guys.
Again, because eventually, over time, the vanity, these guys who all were great bodies and really good looking, depending on what you like in life, but they really kept themselves together. But if that veneer goes away, and so, you know, who's the real ones, who's the sweet ones, and, you know, and the girls, I think, on Jersey Shore ultimately were and made better friends, and that could happen here, but it's going exactly like, I think, how she casts and also who she is. I think who'd she like to hook up with for guys, and who she was used to as friends. That's what it seems like to me.
I think that the outlier in that is Candace, our AfterBuzz host, Candace, Pimp Fried Rice. I want to see what she has
My
to
girl,
offer.
Candace.
Because she seems to be, right now when she goes out during the chicken fight,
It's coming.
she's like, hey,
I want
Kurt.
to see more of her.
Me
And
too.
you know what? And I think more of her's
so
coming.
excited.
But I think, I don't know. I just feel like she's, and not just because she's AfterBuzz. She just seems a little bit more mature. A little bit. You know, it just.
Elevated.
But here's what
I agree.
What I like about this crew as opposed to the Jersey Shore, and I don't know why. The Jersey Shore was like the first of its kind. So maybe these guys all went into this blind. But it really was only till the end and under the series and kind of now where they're like, hey, we are kind of family and we're bonded forever. And if you notice, they're still kind of weird. They're not super, super tight. I feel like these kids... There's something going on here. They all had such hardships in their lives and weird things happening, and they're like, this is so different and so special and so life-changing. I feel like there really is a true exchange, not a bullshit like fake love exchange. Like I do feel like it's like, you'll be in my wedding. I don't know, I'm feeling it. And also seeing the super tease, what we're going to see as the season goes on, I feel like they get the significance of this, how much this is affecting and changing their lives for the better.
I agree.
Or
but
for the different.
I always say beware of people who call you family too quickly.
Yeah, they're usually the Stugats.
Yes. Oh, I never even realized, Marissa, you got us hunching. Hunching is a term usually referred to humping or having sex.
All right.
Boom.
So they're.
Oh,
I just don't
'cause
like
it's-
that word.
Is it like humping and then
like you're hunched?
Hunching
you're
on.
hunched over?
Listen,
There's also a secondary terminology
Oh.
for hunching is, the millennial who's always hunching over while looking down at their cell phone or iPad. That's
Oh.
also another
All right.
definition
Interesting.
for this.
listen, that's why the kids love me. I'm so down with the kids.
You are
Roxy.
so down with
I'm
the
so
kids.
down with the
Lingo.
kids.
You're so down. The chicken. Tell me how you're down with the kids here. Are you thinking, all right, Kirk has every right to get mad about this chicken gate? Or
It's funny, I wrote down Chicken Gate too.
Or are you thinking, why the hell is he blowing up like this?
I mean, it's fried chicken. I get why he gets
Barbecue
mad.
chicken.
It was grilled,
Oh,
yeah.
grilled
Sorry,
chicken.
it's different.
fried.
Fried, I'd
yeah.
be violent.
Why?
You have to batter it. That's awesome.
Okay, but
fried.
fried also would have lasted way longer, and they
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have gotten so mad. Grilled, you got to eat it when it's hot.
True that. I mean, I get why he's mad. They're sitting in the pool doing nothing, but I mean, I feel like they had ample amount of chicken. Give them 2 pieces, and it probably would have blown over. But I mean, I think it goes back to the point that the girls really don't seem to do a lot in the house. They seem to just hang out.
It's partly that. I think partly just too much free time.
Mm-hmm.
So
And no
This is
phones.
something to fight about.
No cell
Yeah,
phones. No
that'll make you go
TV.
insane.
I think here's the thing. I always liked the situation because remember he loved cooking, and he knew that was his thing. You know, so it's like I wish that they would just that's my thing. I cook for everybody, and I want to share my food.
You
But
can't be bitter about something that you're choosing to do.
yes,
Very true. If
see,
you're choosing
it's
to
hard.
cook-
Roxy's just highly evolved, which I hate. See, because I'm the other way. I like the. I mean, I sharpen the pitchfork and I like the torch.
That's not true. I get it though. It's frustrating when you cook for somebody. Like I just ran Thanksgiving dinner for 30 people.
Oof.
And some people, you know, they're watching football and you're like, dinner's ready. And they take 20 minutes to get upstairs. And it's like, I literally have been slaving away for hours
Right.
doing all this. Get your asses upstairs.
Right.
But at the same time, that's a choice. I chose to do that. They didn't ask me or make me. I invited them. So if they would rather hang out in the pool a little longer. And it did seem like a matter of minutes. Like they were not in the pool
For that long.
I think it's more the statement of we're doing nothing.
Yes.
I mean, and again, guys, like really, like, do you guys have no problem with people going through life being useless?
Now, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. But
Please, somebody help me. Go ahead.
I think useless
Morgan.
people are funny.
I think
They know
that,
they're So
yeah.
is that what they bring? Because then you're right. But then if that's what I know what I'm getting, then I'm in.
For some
you
reason,
know me, Rox.
I don't have a problem with Amy being useless, but I do have one with Nilsa being useless. I feel like they're bringing each other down in the uselessness right now. Amy, when she's useless, I feel like she's funny because like she's messy, her clothes are everywhere. That's like she's owning it, who she is. But Nilsa, I know you're not useless. You get yourself to your electrolysis.
Yes.
You get your,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
you're crimping.
You
You're
know she
doing
can
hours
do
and
it.
hours
Right.
of work. So I
Right.
know that you,
But so you only do the things that you know.
yes.
Whereas
And that's
Amy
not,
just
and
seems
you know,
like a
guys, and
mess.
that's the thing, that's not life. But that's why these reality shows are very entertaining. Why I get afraid as the 90-year-old man on this show is that this is more and more what's out there. And if we're all useless, how do we move forward?
Well, the people who aren't useless, it's
We carry
easier for them
everybody.
to, and it's easier for them to move forward because they shine.
Yep.
Like all you have to do is be a little useful to look so useful.
Right.
It's funny, you know, Adam Carolla has this great thing that he talks about. It's like a bike and all this bike with multiple seats. And he's like, you know, there's people on the bike who are pedaling and, you know, the rest just have their feet up. And,
Yeah.
You know, and
Yes.
it's like,
Good analogy.
yeah. And I don't know. So I
I
just,
see those around Santa Monica
but they
all
make,
the time.
but they make great reality TV.
They really do.
Oh, it's so
But
entertaining.
it's just always like, you know, at some point, you know, I always say this, you know, back in I worked in the carnival business, so I had a lot of useless people. And I'd say at some point in life, you have to do something,
You have to.
anything, something.
I think that we're gonna see a lot of that at their job.
Yeah, whatever
As
that
Amy's like, my
job
feet hurt.
is.
I can't do this. Like we're seeing who's useless, and then you're seeing Kirk, who has been
busting his
homeless, who has,
ass.
and he's like working because he doesn't know how to not work. He's just working his booty off. So I'm like watching that. The taco soup.
Why did that taco
Exquisite.
soup look like dog? Like literally looked like dog food. And
And
I'm
I-
sure maybe it tasted great, but
It didn't. I felt for her when she was like, I didn't grow. I mean, Kevin knows this. I don't know if I grew up very wealthy and we had really nice food all of the time. So I'm not a food snob. I still I totally am down to eat at Subway or Chipotle, whatever it is. But I skeeve at really
Yeah, no, it's-
food that I'm like, ooh. So I did feel for her when she was like, this is where I was raised and this is what we had.
Can I just one note to poor people? I was told to my friend's mom, who grew up poor Irish lady,
Yes.
you know, what her poor grandmother from Ireland taught them, and they always stuck to it.
What
No
is it?
matter what, you can always afford soap and water. It's very cheap. So, just as a little
be
side note,
clean.
so you can, you know what I mean? These are things you can do, but again, it's easier to be sloppy, to be a slob, to be, you know, it's
Yeah.
that's easier to do
Yes.
that. And
But so I think that the way she cooked, I felt for her, but also I could never take 17 things out of a can, put it into boiling water, and call it food. I just would not. And you could see that the people sitting there were like, "Ugh, I do not want to eat that," but they all had to because what do you do?
Right.
Like
you can't
she's
not eat it.
and she's trying, but oh my god, when she was pouring the beans and all the stuff, I was like, why don't you just make tacos? Why does it have to be soup?
okay, I'll say,
You just put some meat in a tortilla and
Yeah.
then call
but
it a
just,
day.
but again,
Yes.
just this, like you said, there was probably no teaching, no training,
Yeah.
no nothing.
I was thinking I want to help her. I want to say saute some onions and garlic, put the meat in, put it in a tortilla. That's it. That's
Can
all
I,
you
you know
had
what?
to do.
I bet you know, Amy's probably. I mean, for the girls, she'd probably be the best friend. I think she'd be fun to hang out
Well,
with.
she hardcore has their back. You
least,
see that
least judgmental.
The most loyal.
Loyal,
Nilsa,
yeah.
Nilsa did not have Courtney's back, and Courtney had Nilsa's. And I don't know about Amy yet, Nilsa having Amy's, but Amy definitely has Nilsa and Courtney's back. And hopefully Candace. We haven't seen her.
I
that
just
much.
think there's a fun, decent side
Person.
to her. Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
She's my favorite in the whole entire cast.
Who's that? Amy?
Amy. Her one-liners kill me. Like, I think she refers to herself as a princess, goddess, mermaid, and I was like, well, you're my favorite person for that comment.
Princess Goddess Mermaid. I love
That's
Where
kind of
does that-
exactly what she is.
Where
though.
does that come from?
I don't know.
But I think she's great. I think we'll get to see
Well,
hopefully more of her.
I'm
her
saying that
storyline.
that is really what she is because princess, as in I don't do anything.
Okay.
I don't get the goddess part, but
Goddess, as in she wants to be a goddess, like she does.
But,
Trophy wife.
but don't princesses come from royalty and live in palaces and have crowns? And,
Actual princesses, but not princess like terminology.
mind?
Like, oh, she's such a princess.
Okay.
You know, if somebody
Like,
called
kinda
me a
like
princess,
spoiled.
that would be an offensive term.
and mermaid
for
because
me.
she likes
mermaid
to swim.
because of hair.
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think mermaid hair.
yes.
So I think that's how
Princess
she's looking
Goddess
at
Mermaid.
herself. Yeah.
I was like, you just
rock
branded
on,
yourself.
girl. Start putting that hair in a long braid. Let it just keep on growing. So the
Do
taco
it.
soup, it did not agree with most of the tummies. How do you feel like you would be about shitting in front of the? Well, you actually on Big Brother. Tell me.
It's mortifying. It
Mortifying.
is mortifying because there's microphones in the bathroom. You're mic'd up. Everyone on production can hear it, and you're just sitting there like, there's nothing I can do about it.
You can't turn your mic pack off.
And I mean, you just know everyone hears. And then so in the Big Brother house, we all had one bathroom for 12 people. At least they had 2 bathrooms, but it is gross. It is nasty.
You guys, that's the one thing with age
the
you
worst.
can't navigate. Meaning, like you can be young at heart and say, okay, I'll go out and drink all night. This sounds like fun, but when it comes to that, it's like no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'd be going down the street to the McDonald's or something.
You'd be like, give me a bathroom.
Yeah, because it's the food and also the dads. Day after drinking shits.
And then like a bunch of guys shitting. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why I think girls might be daintier, but I'm thinking of Cody in a bathroom.
Yeah, but not today's girls.
Yeah, you saw Courtney. Courtney's like, oh, I gotta go take a dump.
She is something.
I
I
love
can't
her.
wait to talk
I
about the
love her.
brawl because
I love her. Okay, yeah, let's get to it.
she killed me in that.
We go out to the bar. It is cool that we do have locals here because on Jersey Shore, that's
We
what it
see
was all about.
we see the poor man's Jamie Lannister from buying
Trying
everyone
it.
shots.
Yeah.
All right,
So what was his deal, Kev?
Okay,
Why?
so sees cameras going, and I'm going to be the hero and buy these guys. And usually, I've done this before. You know, I've been the older guy in the bar, and so you have a little bit of money, so you can get to be the hero. And most young guys aren't the type who want to fight you. If you're buying them drinks, they're in.
Yeah, it's free booze. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, cool, he's
Especially
an older guy, he's
Southern
cool,
guys.
right? And it's like, oh my God, he's too. And so they feel kind of cool to even accept the older guy. So yeah, we're bros. Oh, he's a cool guy. He lives down the street. So and he sees cameras and younger people, and he's making his way in.
Do you think that Nilsa should have accepted the shot?
I was torn about. I was thinking about that too, and I was like, there's been times when I've been drinking and someone hands me a shot, and you just really don't want to take it. I think the issue was her face. I think if she would have politely been like, no, thank you, but it's the kind of the resting bitch face. I think she doesn't realize she has, and it kind of to me came across as like a little snooty. I guess a little bratty
What
would
do you
be
think,
the
Kev?
good word.
I say, you should never take drinks out. I think it's, from people, yeah. And so I get that, but I agree with Morgan that she does have that get away from me gross
Elitist vibe.
Mm-hmm.
gross person. So, but
If
again, he
production-
should just walk away. Like whatever. He didn't have to go any further.
If production had seen him drug her drink, would they have said something? Legally, do they have to, or are they not
I
allowed
wonder
to?
what the rule, like when they can interfere.
What do you think?
I think they
Kevin?
can always interfere, but then I think they're thinking, unfortunately, they're thinking, it depends. They're thinking on their boss who goes, wow, this is a great moment. I don't know.
Yeah, we learned a lot about that on Bachelor in Paradise. It's like when are they allowed to step in? Because for me, if I was Nilsa, I would have felt protected in that moment because I would have been like, "There's no way he drugged me. I'm on camera."
I actually think, but I think it was good because it hopefully helps young kids
a
who
good
watch on
lesson.
TV to watch this, to not do it. And I think that if I'm just a shout out to a producer, if you're a producer, get in and stop it. But guess what? Keep rolling cameras. So see the producer come in and go, excuse me, I mean, it's a great moment. So you're going to get what you want anyway, but while protecting innocent people.
Not saying that he did drug her, because obviously he did.
No,
Right. Fine.
no, but I get it.
But then the way that he treated her, this is what's tugging at our heartstrings for Nilsa, because she's kind of hard to like at this point. But then when these people who don't know her are coming up to her and saying these things, it's not nice and it's not fair. And I don't remember exactly what he said to her. Like,
They were bringing up, I guess
just
she
keep
was
your
saying
mouth
she was
shut.
the runt of the family. I remembered that, and he said,
keep your mouth shut. You're pretty enough, so all you have to do
you're
is
pretty,
keep your
why
mouth
do you,
shut.
why do you need to talk, or something like that. And I was just like, and then you do feel for her, and you're like, well, I feel like she's not, like, I don't know if she realized how bratty she comes across.
Yes.
But then you feel for her, and I'm just like, ouch.
And
Like,
then that female coming out on top of that and saying something like, get out of here, princess,
I
or
also think when you're the poor man's Jamie Lannister, you should be older and know better.
yes.
You didn't have to do that.
No.
And I was like, she didn't want to drink. No, whatever. Fair enough. But to go needle her or whatever, you know.
Did you think he thought he had a chance and that's why he got pissed?
I think he thought he thought he had a chance with whoever. And I think just his male ego was struck by the fact that she rejected him.
and especially, I'm sure,
Or
on
he took it as
camera,
rejection.
too, like, especially knowing, like, this is on a camera, and I just got rejected by the pretty girl. I'm sure that only amplified
Yeah.
his feelings.
Yeah. This got really
But it's
strange
interesting.
really
She
quick,
just needs
though.
so much work and therapy and age. And hopefully she'll get it where why would you let the redneck Jamie Lannister ruin your night and bring you that far down?
Yes.
But I get it. I do get it. We've all been there. But these are things when you're 90, you look back at your life and go, yeah, why would you? You're the one with the power, not him.
What happened after that point?
That's what-
How did this fight?
Okay, so
It
I
got
think
blurry.
chirp, 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 which means like where he says, yeah, these look at them, and then you've got the redneck. So if you guys ever been an outsider going into a bar of a cliquey group of people, could
Yes.
be rednecks, it could be any culture, but when you're the outsider, okay, it's always like especially with guys, it's the alpha stuff, the testosterone, but the women too. So things were brewing from the minute they walked in there. And when you see that hag who really got the ball rolling, you just knew that chirp, chirp, talk, 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 right? Whatever she heard or whatever, it was like, this is my chance to go make my move. So it was like, yeah, because he probably went back and said, yes, she's all mad and they're making all this drama. All I said was blah, blah, blah. So she's like, well, I'm a girl. I can go. Well, she looked, she appeared as though she was a girl, but I'm going to go over and I'm going to go over and now, give her a poke or a jab on the way out because F it. And it's that lower, what do they say? It's like lower, people of lower vibrations. Like that's their moment to go and piss in MTV's face. But that's their moment. But by the way, note to everybody, you never give them their moment. That's why you don't get put in the chicken wing. You don't walk into that situation because you're vulnerable. That's what's going to happen, and that's what did.
Chicken wing is a wrestling move that you can't get yourself put in there.
That's the only defense is don't get put in it, Morgan.
Good.
So I'm saying the only defense against what happened is don't go in that bar. But go in because you give us good entertainment.
Everyone's all in. Courtney is guns a-blazing. She's throwing punches.
Swinging
Everybody's
like a
everybody's helping out.
madman.
And then Jeremiah's in the corner. Jeremiah, the buffest of them all.
Wait, now, okay. Before we get to that, because that's the bigger one, I just want to shout out that, did you notice there was one guy rolling around?
I noticed that too, and
So I figured out who
Rolling
he was.
around what?
He's fighting the opposition. He's fighting redneck lady and redneck guy.
I thought it was security.
That's who it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we got to tell
Was
the
it
audience. I don't think
security?
the
I
audience
couldn't
see. She didn't know.
tell.
Well, it was
Yeah.
because she said, Amy goes, you don't mess with my security.
Yeah.
So now Amy's
The
defending
one-liners.
her security, which was
Yes.
great.
Yeah, I love that.
Now go
too.
back to our guy.
Jeremiah, big buff, goes to the gym all the time, doesn't want to throw a punch. Smart or stupid?
I am torn. I'm torn with him because part of me is like, he was homeschooled. He probably hasn't witnessed, that kind of fight. So maybe he was taken aback, or does he want to have his good image of, here I am. I'm in the best light and all this stuff. So I'm torn with him. I'm also a little offended All of them. Even Candace, who we haven't seen that much of. She was in there, you know, lost her purse in the brawl.
I think this actually made him look
So
really
what?
bad.
So what
I
about?
agree.
So wait,
Yeah.
go back to Kansas. What was the problem with Kansas?
No,
I don't think there
nothing.
was, but even like we haven't seen that much of her, but even she had everyone's back and you
Yeah.
know,
Of course,
was
Well,
in there. And
We have next week for it.
I'm
you know,
excited about that.
I think that he ended up looking really bad in this
I agree.
moment.
he looks bad. The homeschooling. I feel like there's a lot of Christianity involved in there, and Michael Klaus is our born again Christian.
Yeah, we should ask him about it. We have to have him.
No,
sit
but
in
I
on the
feel
show.
as though I'm running, you know, it's that this is how I'm supposed to conduct myself. I made a promise to my parents
Hmm.
that I would not just demean our family, whatever, or I don't want to be involved in a lawsuit or criminal, or, you know, if I'm out there, or,
But hunching a girl the night before is fine.
well, this is the hypocrisy, right?
Did I use it right?
Hunching.
Yeah, I think
Hunching
so.
a girl?
But this is the hypocrisy of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, he seems like he's been decent with Haley Joe. It's not like he's been
Kaylee, I think.
Kaylee Joe. So,
I don't think it's any of
or
this, Kev.
or is it he literally didn't? He's beautiful and didn't want himself affected.
Protect the face.
I've talked to professional
yeah,
wrestlers about this.
100%
Right.
protect the face.
And that's why sometimes you get these big guys. Like, so if you're like a drunken fist fighter type and you get these big guys who intimidate you and you see they're like this, you know, chances are most of them show they don't want to get hit.
I don't ever want
So-
to be with a guy who starts a fight, but I definitely don't want to ever be with a guy who's not willing to fight. if
Especially
somebody's
when
throwing
females
punches.
are involved.
You could have broken it up.
Yes, exactly.
like,
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
look at
big enough. He
Gus.
could have grabbed people.
Yeah, Gus was doing that,
like
getting hit
getting
and stuff.
people pulled off, and like I feel like he was more so
He was
defending
trying.
the females. He was trying. Whereas
Yeah.
I was like Jeremiah.
Not a good look.
I don't know if he wanted to come off looking clean, but I think he
No,
ended
I
up looking
think you're
bad.
right. I don't think he wanted to get a
Protect
scratch.
the face.
Right.
He thinks
so
he's so
again,
hot.
what do we say? The veneer, you guys. It's
He-
gonna
we're-
come off.
I want to
So-
see him
Onions.
be the Nilsa. I want to see him go after a girl that doesn't want him and
Huh?
how he handles the situation.
I want to see him like. I wonder if he'll crack. I feel like he will have that moment on the season when he cracks and we see maybe more of a nasty side to him.
Maybe.
I think
The
it's- I
veneer
think it's
is
there.
going to go. I don't know
Yes.
if it's this season or next. I do believe there'll be another season of this. The way it seems like it's going, but I think you'll see the veneer will go.
Let's get into our predictions, guys,
Woo!
on next week.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
So here's what we saw in the previews. We saw Gus being accused by somebody of disrespecting women and being upset about that because he says the way he was raised, etc., etc. Who do you think is accusing him of disrespecting women? How do you think that part goes down?
Ooh, I could. Oh, I don't know why. I think it's got to be Nilsa. I feel like she still might have a bit of bad blood from the date that didn't go over well, and I just could see her saying that. I could see her exploding over something very minute.
Her, Amy, one of
Oh
the
yeah,
two
I
of
would say
them.
her, Amy. I don't think Courtney. Whatever. Courtney's like, well,
I
whatever.
just feel like but Amy, like, she just doesn't like hurting people's feelings. Like, she might in the moment, but then she pulls back.
Yeah, but she goes at Kirk, so we know she can do it.
It's true.
And she's
But
gone
Kirk
at
went
Cody.
at her hard,
That's
right?
true.
Didn't he?
That's true. The other thing we see is Nilsa she is freaked out that Kaylee Joe
Joe.
is a
we-
witch.
We see the yes. So hopefully we'll see the
Wiccan.
darker side of witchcraft.
Yeah. Any other thoughts
Ooh,
going into next week? Any other predictions, Kev?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully that fight will continue a little longer. The brawl. I want to see
Please give us more.
more brawl. I don't know. I'm loving this so far. I really am.
Me too.
I love this.
What are you thinking, Morgan?
I love the season. I can't wait to see more of Candace. I can't wait to. I'm very curious who's gonna hook up. You know, Cody's gotta have a love interest, and I think he's the one I'm most excited to see what happens for him. Cause I look at him, I'm like, yeah, I don't see you like hooking up with anyone, but I think it's there.
If this goes seasons and seasons, I want to see him with Nilsa. I want to see them pull
I
each
think that'd
other.
be cute.
We'll see.
Very interesting. And you know, I feel like this show is. I feel like it's really a cross between the Jersey Shore and Real World
Yeah, it does have real world smells to it.
because they're young, because they're younger. But do you agree, Rox, where they're a little bit more involved in terms of feeling that bond, or do you really think
I
it's,
do, but Kevin, I think it's
is it just
because
fake
they've
love?
watched all of these other shows where they've heard that, so they're like, okay, we know that we're supposed to call each other family. Mm-hmm. Family, you're my family. Family dinner.
although they come from such tough backgrounds that's what makes me think, You know, and this is such a life-changing experience. If you didn't come from a messed up background, then you don't, you take life-changing experiences for granted, Roxy. We see it all the time because the people's lives have been so amazing that when amazing is happening, they're like, duh, it's my life. I'm always amazing. This is no big deal. But when you're dealing with, like, when you think of Nilsa and she lost her baby, and then she's divorced, right? And then you're dealing with a kid who's thrown out at 17. You're dealing with another kid who's homeless, another kid who's homeschooled. So he's literally never even been out of the bubble. And then the other girl, Amy, like the boyfriend goes, and it's so traumatic,
The cousin, yeah.
right?
What about Courtney?
Yeah, where does she? Yeah, we haven't
Courtney
really
is
heard much of her backstory.
Why she's a wild card, and I don't know if there's more to Courtney and what she even likes in men or women, or I don't know if she even knows really who she is. But I feel that underneath her there's such an innocence. There really is, and you see it start to come out. I just feel like there's just a good person there. So anyway, I think when you've gone through all these traumas, but then you come into this light of, holy crap, like this is going to totally change my life, you bond. I mean, people have always said, like, just get drunk for someone with one night and you can be soulmates forever.
Oh, I 100% agree.
You know what I mean?
with
Just one night of like drinking and like really, you know, so
I got a lot of soulmates then.
well, it's up to the exchange, but maybe you have or you haven't. But I've had that with
Yeah, I've
somebody.
had that
But I just feel like, so with Jersey Shore, it was gym tan laundry their whole lives, right? Like it was like tell everyone to F off, burp in everybody's face, lift weights, smush. So then they all came together and was like, well, let's just do that more and get famous for it and get paid for it, bitches. So it wasn't
Which we loved still.
So it wasn't the same emotional, like, wow, I really had a messed up hard life, and this is such a difference from what I've experienced. So that's why I think there feels like there's a genuine connection here.
We'll see over the season.
I hope
Can't
I'm right.
wait.
Kev, in the meantime, where can the people keep up with you?
At Undergaro, and go to thetomorrowshow.com. Mondays and Thursdays, we're live, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Then we're available on iTunes and YouTube. And then I think on this show, Rox, we should say, please rate and comment on iTunes.
Absolutely.
And we're sorry
rate,
about
comment,
YouTube.
Subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're sorry about YouTube because we keep getting pulled down, our YouTube
Yeah,
right?
we're big fans. So hopefully they stop pulling us down. We love the show. And hopefully we'll be able to get some cast members in here too. I know that we were talking to
Yes.
Candace on Twitter and
We'll get
whatnot, so-
Candace.
be
Candace from
fun.
AfterBuzz
Yeah.
will be here.
I want Amy.
Morgan, where can the people keep up with you?
I love the way y'all say my name. You can find me on Twitter at Morgan_Willette, or if you want to do Instagram, it's at Morgan Lee Willette.
And guys, I'm at Roxy Striar. You can find me at Roxy Striar. You can find us everywhere at AfterBuzz TV. As Kevin K. Wow Undergaro said, rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Love you. Bitches. Chi-chi's up.
Chi-chi's up.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.